General monitoring policing policy. The override makes it also easier to file a profiling lawsuit against the department. CBS 2's Janelle Burrell live at City Hall with more, including reaction from the mayor tonight. Janelle?
And Dana, the mayor is calling this election year politics at its worst. The city council getting the 34 votes it needed to override the mayor's veto, which means there will be much stricter oversight of the NYPD and its controversial policies. Cheers erupting from the packed gallery in city council chambers, signaling what some like Louis Romaine hope will mean the reining in of the stop and frisk practice by the NYPD.
Each time it's demeaning, it's disrespectful, it's hurtful. You're looked at as if you're less than.
The vote marking what's been an emotional road for many council members who've been fighting to ensure that the program does not unfairly target minorities.
There's nobody here who doesn't want to stop the gun violence. There's nobody here who's not doing everything they can to do that.
Do it in a way that doesn't violate civil liberties and in fact unites the police and communities across this city.
Delon.
Yes.
Drum.
Yes.
The council getting the 34 necessary yeses needed to override Mayor Bloomberg's veto. Last month, the mayor shot down the bills that will put in new checks on the NYPD, including an independent watchdog to examine all of the NYPD's practices. It will also make it easier for people to file lawsuits in state court if they believe that police unfairly target them because of their race. But those who voted against the override say stop and frisk should remain as is because it's effective, pointing to this gun bust this week, the largest in city history.
People are afraid to carry guns and knives in the streets, and I'm afraid that's going to backslide and we're going to have a lot more crime in the future.
The mayor releasing this statement saying today's vote is an example of the election year politics at its very worst and political pandering at its most deadly. The mayor says make no mistake, the communities that will feel the most negative impacts of these bills will be minority communities across our city, which have been the greatest beneficiaries of New York City's historic crime reductions. And now PBA President Pat Lynch is also weighing in on the vote, calling it, quote, yet another blow to law enforcement. All of this happening less than 2 weeks after a federal judge ordered more oversight of the NYPD. The city is appealing that ruling. For now, we are live outside of City Hall. Janelle Burrell, CBS 2 News.
Thank you, Janelle. Happening now, an armored car heist in Brooklyn. Police searching for a man who robbed a rapid armor van with the driver inside. The suspect hijacked the van in front of the Pay-O-Matic check cashing store in Canarsie this morning. Eventually, the man ordered the driver to stop at the intersection of Linden Boulevard and Rockaway Avenue. That's where the suspect took off with at least $500,000 in cash. The search continues. A life cut short and a teenager desperate for help. Newly released 911 calls reveal the dramatic pleas made by a friend of ISIS.